a message. This children of youth Sundays, but wasn't that a message for all of us? A message for all of us. Some people, I know you've got much from this message. There was no accident. Brother Hart was our speaker for these Sundays. Had it all together. What was his subject? Who's going to tell me the subject? All right.
Overcoming obstacles.
Church say amen. Overcoming obstacles. This is a message you want to have embedded in your soul, in your heart. Not just a woman's, oh, Brother Hart had a great message. What did he talk about? What was one of the points he made about how you overcome obstacles? How do you overcome obstacles? How do you overcome obstacles? Who were some of the people he talked about who overcome obstacles? All right, see your hand.
Reverend King, Washington.
All right. Who else did he tell us about who overcome obstacles?
Moses.
Moses. Someone else? Right.
Oh, Kirk Hart.
All right. Here's another one. Kirk Hart. What a powerful message. Overcoming what? Find someone you respect. Isn't that what we all about, Bethel? To be the person that our young people will be able to follow in their footsteps. He talked about Moses, Nehemiah, David, the one who buried the talents. But then he said, when you have a choice when faced with an obstacle. You can do what? You can resist it, or you can embrace it. You can resist it, or you can embrace it. He said conflict and resistance are our building tools. He talked about how you react to an obstacle tells much about your attitude. How you react to an obstacle tells much about your attitude. What do speed bumps do, he said? Speed bumps cause you to slow down. Then he closed by telling us to develop your mind. Sometimes you have to use your mind when you aren't able to use your physical body. Brother Hart, we want to thank you for that powerful message. Powerful message. But what did it say to you? Just think about it for a moment. Are you faced with obstacles in your life? Oh, we all have some obstacles. We don't know when, we don't know how. All of us stand but just a heartbeat away from some situation. Oh, we're walking today, and as Kirk said, we take our walking so for granted, getting in and out of bed so for granted. But in a moment, in a second, we too can be in a wheelchair. Sometimes we get so caught up in our mortal magnificence because we can see. Because we can hear. I was a youth minister in San Antonio, Texas one year, working for the Board of Education, Board of Evangelism. I was working with a pastor by the name of I.B. Loud. And we were visiting the hospital one day, Brother Lawrence, and we received a phone call. Reverend Loud, you and Brother King come to the hospital right away. John has had an accident. You know John, terrific baseball player, had ambition of going on to the major league. But we asked what happened. John was in the chemistry lab that summer in a program. Engaged in an experiment, and the experiment blew up and it got in his eyes. And they rushed him to the hospital and they called us to come over to the hospital. And as we walked into the hospital, Reverend Loud turned to me and said, Marvin, we need to find out what has happened. So we called and they told us it doesn't look good for his sight. He said to me as we rolled the elevator up, Marvin, what do you say to a person who has had such an accident? And we were just silent all the way into the room. Finally, we walked into the room. And that was John, and the nurse and his mother told us, Reverend, he's blind. He will not be able to see again. With Reverend Loud and I walked over to the bedside, we put our hand on John. Reverend Loud said, John, what's the most important part about a man? John said, nothing. He said, come on, John, what's the most important part about a man? He saw Reverend home. His eyes are dead. Brother Loud said, no, John. The most important part about a man is not his eye. The most important part about a man is his chin. And he took John's chin and his head was down and raised it up. So you got to keep it up at all times. Kirk Hart, you've been keeping your chin up, brother. You've been keeping your chin up. He didn't let the accident get him down. He's here today to say to all of us, we couldn't have a better example on Children and Youth Sunday than a Kirk Hart. With an accident that left him paralyzed, but it didn't defeat him. He's given us a message today. Think about it. What is God saying to us today? It may not be an accident that stops us. It may just be a conflict. It may be a disagreement. It may be a loss of a job. It may be a relationship. It may be a failing grade. The message of Kirk Hart today is that we must learn through God how to overcome our obstacles. Well, we all have some obstacles. Amen. Just keep living. If you haven't had any. You might be sitting on the world with your legs hanging down and everything is going okay. But there's some obstacles waiting for all of us. Doors of this church are open. Are you ready to overcome your obstacles? Won't you stand? Overcoming obstacles. Take this sermon. File it away in your heart. Are we going to need it? Invitation of Him